question?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. The just recently I've read that there's been some pretty horrific and gruesome stories of assassinations or murders, and I believe it's in Juarez by, I guess, committed by gunmen associated with drug cartels, and the murders were of our staffs from the American Consulate Office. And I know that in past meetings that the ATF has reported that the U.S. Is overwhelmingly is a source of guns used by these gun traffickers in their acts. In the 2009 IRA, we allotted $21.9 million in funding for the ATF's Project Gunrunner, and the initiative was designed to disrupt the illegal gun trafficking borders operations to Mexico, especially along the southwest border. So do you believe that that this act, the Recovery Act funding, along with any other additional funds that the ATF is spending to confront this trafficking to Mexico, is sufficient to take on the problem of illegal gun trafficking? And I guess let me just piggyback another question on top of that. The issue of gun shows, is that still continues to be the main source of arms that show up on the other side of the border?
Well, I think we have to use all the tools that we can to stop the flow of guns from the United States into Mexico. Gunrunner, I think, has been a successful program. We have tracing programs that we use with our Mexican counterparts in their very valiant effort to fight these cartels. ATF has appropriately gone to, has used projects to go to gun shows where guns are being sold improperly, and has been effective in that regard as well. The concern, though, is that we really have to understand that there is indeed a problem. If I speak to my Mexican counterparts, and if I look at the weapons that are seized down there, way too many of them come from the United States. And if Mexico is ultimately to be successful in this war that they are fighting, that will benefit this nation as well, I think that we have to do all that we can to increase our efforts to stop the flow of guns from the United States to Mexico. There are things that we need to do in Mexico. I think we need to have more of our people there working with their Mexican counterparts, both from ATF, DEA, the DHS agencies as well. But I think we also have to be honest with ourselves that we are allowing, through straw purchases and other illegal things, the acquisition of guns that then ultimately go to Mexico.
The intelligence that we should there have been intelligence regarding these wannabe drug cartels who want to attain the leadership on the other side? Should there have been intelligence that should have been shared with our folks that their lives are in danger or were in danger? And if the intelligence should have been there and it wasn't passed on, was it passed on? And is this the other area that we need to strengthen up, is to create a better intelligence process so that we can defend or at least protect our members of our organizations and our government on the other side?
Well, we certainly have to make sure that we have a good information flow between the United States and Mexico, a good intelligence flow. One of the things that we have to assure ourselves, though, is that the people with whom we're sharing this information are appropriate to receive it, and that's why we have pushed Mexico to come up with what we call vetted units, people who we can trust and who we can share information with. I will say this. There is an investigation that's ongoing now by the FBI and by the DEA into the very tragic shootings that occurred over the last few days, and as a result of a variety of means that we have, we are developing a better understanding of exactly what happened there. And I would not place, at least at this point, I would not have any concern that information was not shared with us by our Mexican counterparts as being a cause of what happened there. As I said, the DEA and the FBI, I think, are doing a good job in the relatively short period of time they've had to investigate it. We're starting to get a picture of what happened.
Thank you, Mr. General.